Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of the Fintech Hunting Podcast. We have an incredible guest for you today. She's the host of Taco Tuesday. She's a diversity and inclusion evangelist. She's a brand ambassador, a highly sought after speaker. She's passionate about connecting people with their next employment opportunity. But the greatest thing that I can say is she's also a dear friend. Please help me welcome back to the show, Dalila Ramos. Dalila, welcome to the show.
Good morning, Michael. Happy Taco Tuesday, friend.
Yes, well, happy Taco Tuesday. We're rolling out a new Fintech Hunting Podcast. It is great to have you. So one of the things that I want to start with, I know you've been traveling a ton. You've attended a number of recent conferences. Let's give our listeners kind of an update on some of your observations from these last few events.
Oh, this is good. I actually was thinking about doing a Taco Tuesday. This was like a topic for Taco Tuesday. So this is good. This will prep me. So I just came off of Fuse in Las Vegas and then directly went into Housing Wire in Scottsdale, all while trying to get away from a hurricane.
Well, thank goodness that you did.
Yes, thank God I did. And so went to Vegas, stood there for a few days. Fuse was very very informative for the broker world. I have a couple of broker clients and I felt they weren't there. I felt like I needed to attend for them as well. Apart from I was there for client. However, I definitely got to share knowledge, technology. Obviously, UWM is a huge just part of that conference, and they rolled out some technology, and I was like, "Whoa, this is really good." Now, I you know me, Mike. I'm always going to give it to you real.
That's right.
Now, the attendance was not where it was the previous years, but of course, that is.
Yeah. It's part of today's market conditions, right? I mean, when originations slow up, what do originators do? They start contracting a little bit. They stop investing in some of the things. And sometimes that can be the worst decision, right? They stop coaching, they stop attending events. But, I think part of it is we have to accept these are changing market conditions. And we'll get to what are some of the things people can do to change that shortly. But tell me about some of the other events you were at then.
Yeah, so I definitely got to meet up some great people. There were a lot of people there that attended. I don't want you to think that it wasn't. It's Vegas, so very energetic.
Always something going on.
Always something going on, right? And then from there, I went straight to Scottsdale for Housing Wire. It was my first Housing Wire conference, and I was very honored that they had me moderate and participate in the Women's Forum panel, and the topic was the good, the bad, and the things we need to talk about. And when I tell you it got real, Mike.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that I love about whether it's your taco videos, whether it's you moderating a panel, speaking on a panel, you share the truth, you share the good, the challenges. Life's tough. It's not an easy road. We've all had a number of things that we've had to overcome, and you've always been very transparent, which I think is extremely refreshing in today's market.
Thank you. Because if anything that I went through, anything that I learned, anything that I share can help somebody navigate through their career, their journey, why would I keep that to myself? I would never keep that to myself. That's just kind of how I move. If I can help you in any kind of way, I will.
So let's talk about that help a little bit, because right now, there's a lot of changes in the marketplace. Originations have slowed down significantly. A lot of very large lenders had made cuts. People are looking for jobs. Tell me about why you're so passionate about diversity, inclusion, and really placing people with the right organization.
It's just something that the good Lord places on my heart. I've always made a commitment to utilize my platform for good. Number one, to honor Christ. Number two, to help people advance in their career, maybe get them connected to their next opportunity and take their career to the next level. I find a lot of joy in helping people with their career in the mortgage industry, because I'm a walking testimony to it. So I know if it can change my life, I know that it can change theirs. And I know it's hard, though. It's really hard. It's a hard time. It's a different time.
It is a different time. And I think people need that sounding board. They need someone to bounce some ideas off of. And when you're in that emotional state trying to make a career change, you sometimes just need somebody to say, take a step back. Let's weigh the options, right? It's not always greener on the other side. And just because they flash a couple certain things doesn't mean it's going to be a good fit. So, but I love how you talk about that's what your calling is, to help other people.
Yeah, I know it is. I know that I'm put on this earth to really share my experiences, my obstacles, what I've overcome, and then also just to help people. I learned, going back to the conferences, there's actually something I did learn. And I don't feel like I have a secret sauce, but anything that I've learned, I want to be able to share. Like if I come up, Michael, you're going to come up, right? I don't want to eat without you not eating either. And I've noticed I run into people that once they get to where their goal is, they don't want you to get to your goal. And I found there's enough for everyone. I don't operate that way.
Well, and I think a lot of it goes to, you have it, I have it. We've talked about it before. An abundance mindset versus scarcity mindset. We can all win. I mean, that's part of how we connected. When you said, hey, I'm thinking of doing these Taco Tuesdays and what video equipment, and I would share any of my tips. Alec Hansen from Loan Depot shared, here's the camera, here's what you should use. We talked to other content creators. And what I have found that I've really enjoyed, especially since COVID and beyond, is people like yourself, people like KP out there producing, people like Alec Hansen, Raquel, Joe Wilson. I mean, the list could go on and on. Sue Woodard. These are people that if you reached out and said, hey, can I ask you, what kind of camera do you use? Or do you use lighting? Do you not use lighting? What do you think about this? All of those people would take your call. They would share their tips. They're not trying to hide anything, and they really want you, me, and every one of us to succeed. And I think that mindset is why you and I get along so well. It's that power of helping others, and we can all rise together.
Absolutely. Why would you want to keep such great information that is so life-changing to yourself? I don't know, but I just do what is on my heart. So
I love that. So let's talk a little bit more about market conditions. We've talked about employment and market conditions, but originations are down. Lenders are trying to strategically look at where can they develop additional revenue streams. One of the other challenges is they're trying to get their story told, their story out, whether it's with a new product offering, whether it's with a competitive advantage. They have to find ways to get that story told.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more excited. We are announcing something here today. We are announcing a joint partnership between the two of us.
Yes.
We are rolling out for MBA Annual and beyond a product offering we call Amplify. Dalila, tell me about Amplify and why you think it's so critical now.
So Amplify is a collaboration between Michael and myself. We both have great platforms. We have audiences and followers, and we've decided, because even though we have different, you have a podcast, I have a video series that has like niche, right? Tacos.
Yep.
And we've decided just to collaborate our efforts with videos, because both of us do amazing videos. We know that's definitely a God-given talent of ours, but we also see the need for our fellow, folks in the industry, right? They sometimes don't have the ability to content create, to do video, maybe time, maybe they don't have the platform. And we have all that established. So we want to help companies that want to be seen, and we're going to utilize our platform for them to do it. And so we're coming out with a package of video throughout the year. It could be something on a monthly. It could be something just to help you get seen, help you get your product out, roll out what's for 2023. So if you're looking for media, video, content creation, Michael and I got something to talk to you about.
Oh, and I couldn't be more excited about this partnership.
I am.
And I think some of the reasons we do that is a lot of companies, like I said, want to get their story out there.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have the video equipment. Maybe now with some of the cuts and some of the changes they've had to make, they don't have a huge budget or staff to go about creating the content. So the first hurdle we want to help people overcome is in a very simple and dynamic way, help them create very engaging content. Exactly. Like you said, whether that's video, whether that's podcast, whether that's Taco Tuesdays, whether it's Fintech Hunting, whether it's live videos from conferences and events and client conferences, to interviewing them and really helping them tell that story. That's kind of the first thing we were really trying to address. The second thing is we wanted to do it so it wasn't just for companies that had huge budgets, right? There's a lot of companies out there that have a great product, have a great service. There's lenders that really can differentiate themselves in the market. They're providing great value to their communities, but they haven't had a platform to get out there. And the second or third part that I want to bring up that I want you to address too is you and I have both been very blessed. We've been doing this for a number of years. We've built great followings, tribes, network of like-minded people. I mean, combined, just on LinkedIn alone, we have over 30,000 followers.
Yes.
And I don't say that to be boastful. I say it because we now have a platform that we want to help other people get their story told. So companies don't have to organically start from zero. Exactly. They can now plug into our audience. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, because it's very challenging. It's time consuming to build that platform, to build the followers. And some companies just don't have the time nor the team, the effort to put into something like that. You and I, it took years, and we did our individually organically. But again, it took years. And so companies don't have years, right? They want to showcase their product now. And as we enter, Lord willing, 2023. So I think our platforms combined with our followers and our supporters will be a great outlet for companies. And again, it's not just these huge companies. We want folks, we've made it so that folks that are just maybe newer, right, on the scene, that maybe have only been around for 5 years, they will now have the ability to come on a platform and showcase what their journey, their story, their company culture. I mean, and doing it in a way where it's fun. I mean, hello, tacos. Right? It's fun.
And that it's such a good point that this is not just a bunch of product pitches. You and I don't want to be associated with just people out there hawking a product. We want them to tell their story. How did they get into the industry? What is dynamic about their culture? Why are they so passionate about what they're doing? And so it's us bringing these stories to life in dynamic, authentic, and genuine ways.
Yeah.
Through video, audio, through live feeds of conference interviews. We've got the MBA Annual coming up.
Yes.
And so let's just give people examples. I'm moderating a panel. You're speaking on a panel at MBA. I know you're going to be doing some Taco Tuesday videos from the MBA.
Correct.
I will be podcasting from the Accelerate booth 1111. We'll be doing some live podcasting from there. There's a lot of opportunities in very genuine and unique ways for people to tell their story.
Yes. And Michael, I didn't realize that it was storytelling that I was doing. I've been doing Taco Tuesday. It'll be 3 years. Thank God at the end of the year. And someone told me in Vegas, you're the greatest storyteller. And I was like, what? A storyteller? I didn't, it just hit me. And I was like, wow, I'm still learning myself every day.
Well, and I learn every time we have one of these videos, every time we have one of these talks, whether it's between the two of us, whether it's with one of our clients, one of our guests, somebody. I had a rocket scientist who was actually a rocket scientist who's now doing underwriting technology. I've had professional athletes. We've had people that were in the entertainment business. We have a lot of incredible stories that we can't wait to share with people. And I think one of the other things I kind of want to answer for people is people are like, well, why are you rolling out, or other people have video? It's because we keep getting asked all the time.
Yeah. This isn't something like you and I just, it's because, which is thank God, it's a great thing to have, right? People constantly are asking both of us, hey, how do we get on your platform? Hey, how do I continue? Because I also know, I've also realized a lot of people are not comfortable with the camera or the video. They freeze up. And I've seen you in action with people, of course, myself. And sometimes we have to be the initiator. We have to get it started for them to feel comfortable and then continue what they want to put out there in social media, or, into the social media, into our community. But I realize that they freeze up and,
No, and you make such a good point that I think sometimes when companies say, we've got to shoot a video, and they get all nervous. When you and I do it, we want to have a genuine conversation. Let's talk. How are things going? What's new with you? What makes you tick? And when we can kind of disarm that person to just have a conversation with us and not even realize the camera's on them, that's when the magic happens.
It does.
That's when the story comes to life.
It does. And you know me, like I only do one take. I'm wondering if that's going to happen.
I'm with you. I think one take's very important, whether that's with my Monday morning fuel ups, and we're going to start having some Monday morning fuel up guests. We're looking at different ways to kind of leverage our networks and our tribes. We want to add value to those tribes. We want to give them great insights. And then we also want to have a voice for people. I can't be more excited. I feel totally blessed. You and I have been friends for a number of years. We met the first time at the Next event, Molly and Jerry. Thank you. I was podcasting live from that event and had you as a guest. We'll have to go back and play that sometime for everybody. We'll do kind of a retro and play some of our old videos and recordings. But tell people, how can they get a hold of you? I want to make sure if people want to meet with us at MBA Annual, we're going to be in Nashville. We're going to be recording. We want to see people. We want to meet. We want to talk about Amplify and how we can help them amplify their story. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
The best way is LinkedIn. I do reply to all my messages. All my contact information is there. My cell phone number, my email. Feel free to shoot me a text. Go ahead and send me an email, and Michael and I would be happy to meet and have a face-to-face conversation with you in Nashville.
Absolutely. My contact information, just like Dalila said, all of my contact information is on LinkedIn, cell phone, email address. Shoot us a DM. We will respond. We can't wait to see you in Nashville. Dalila, you always bring so much light and positivity to everything that you do. Thank you so much for being a guest on this episode of the Fintech Hunting Podcast.
Bye.